access.
Welcome everyone. We're going to be doing this blissful flow that really is inspired by the Ashtanga lineage. So on Wednesday, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be going a little bit slower than Ashtanga. I will be mixing it up to make it more of a blissful flow experience. I don't have heavy or elongated themes. In fact, you can listen while you lie down. So if you lie down on your back, your strap's going to be close by. We're going to stretch the legs before we get up to join in our sun salutations. So just starting recline on your back. Please place your hands on the lower side of your belly. Maybe below the navel, close to the hip bones, so that the upper arm bones can relax down to the floor. We know that when we're doing diaphragmatic breathing, we allow the belly to bellow. But see if you can bring the breath all the way down, closer in proximity to your hips and pubic bone. As you infuse yourself with this fresh prana, notice how when you deepen the inhalations can be an invitation to go within. The inhalations are what can fuel us. And the inhalations can also spark some inspiration and energization. Notice the exhalations allow us to center, to release, to let go. Earlier this week, we were talking about expectations and how expectations can breed frustrations and disappointments, and how we should work on letting go of the high expectations we put upon ourselves or other people. We were mentioning that sometimes when we have that resistance, it's like we're flowing upstream, working against the current. Whereas when we're accepting, adaptable, and tolerant, we can flow downstream, and it's a little bit easier. What I want you to consider before we start moving our bodies even more is to consider, how are you moving through this period of time? How do you want to move? Who do you want to be? What are you becoming during this time? And also being in the question, are you allowing yourself to be exposed to things and to people and situations that pick you up and actually can help you to reconnect or nourish your soul? And is it possible to find a way to do this daily? For many of you, that could be just coming onto the mat, doing a little pranayama, or setting some time out of your schedule to meditate. Go ahead and find your strap. And once you find your strap, draw the right knee in towards the upper body. Go ahead and place the strap around the ball of the foot and sail it up in the air. Now, this is a pose that comes in to the Ashtanga practice, but usually much later. However, I recognize that opening up the hamstrings doesn't always require the back. And this is a great way to approach opening up the back of the legs. So pump the foot up in the air and into that fabric. At the same time, you're gently pulling down on the strap, and notice how it activates the muscles in both the front and back side of your leg. Lengthen out through the left leg, push out through your left heel, and then take both ends of the strap into your right hand, plug down your left hip with your left hand, and move into Padangusthasana B. That way you're externally rotating the hip, abducting the leg away from your midline. You're attempting not to roll, so you're pushing again out to the soles of the feet, elongating through the legs, staying stationed on your low back. On your next in-breath, bring that leg back up overhead. As you exhale, scoop the belly in and lift the head up towards the knee. Take one more breath. Slowly recline down, swap hands to hold the strap, release your right arm to the right side. This time you are rolling off the low back towards your left hip, sending the leg across the midline. Again, pushing the foot into the fabric of the strap, activating that iliotibial band. On your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go ahead and send your right leg down the length of your mat. Draw the left knee in towards your upper body. Take the strap around the ball of the left foot, suspend in the air. Push down through your right thigh, press out through your right heel. Find your edge of flexibility and put the proper action into place so that you can reap greater rewards. Maximize your breathing. Bring it under your conscious command. Take both ends of the strap into your left hand, hold down your right hip, and then slowly open it to the side. The navel is still facing the sky. Once you've opened up the inner thighs, bring that leg back up overhead, swap hands to hold the strap. And when you're ready, pick up the back side of your head, scooping the belly in, lifting the head up towards the knee. Right arm is going to soar out over the right thigh. Exhale, when you recline down, the strap will come into the right hand. And then you'll carry it across the body. Try to keep that left shoulder planted down. We'll open up the power of the breath. Now gently unwind from that twist. Bend the knee, remove the strap. And you're going to come up to stand. And you're going to bring the strap with you because we're going to be doing a little extra work in a couple of the standing poses today. That's going to require open shoulders. So if you fold your strap in half when you come up to stand, we'll bury the feet down into the front side of the mat, holding the strap shoulder distance apart, and lift the arms up overhead. And feel your feet rooting down, rising up through the arms to the shaft of the spine. As you exhale, curve over to the right, creating Chandrasana crescent movement. Breathe into your left lung, into your left side body, keeping your head angled between the two shoulders. Inhale, rise back up to the top. Exhale, curve it over to the left. Deep belly breaths. Inhale, come back up to the top. Exhale, bring the strap just behind the back of the head as though you're passing the strap towards the person behind you or imaginary person behind you. Let that tension get dissolved. It's okay if there's vibration in the strap. And then inhale, lift the arms back up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Take the strap behind your back. This is our last one before our sun cells. Crank and roll the shoulders back. Lean them back through the forearms. Lift the hands away from the buttocks. Pop open the door of the heart. Take 3 more deep breaths. And on your out breath, push the tailbone back. Bend the knees pretty deep. Bow over your lap. Let your head drip down towards your shins. And then reach the hands up towards the sky. Pressurize the feet. Slowly come up to stands. Relax the shoulders. And the strap's going to be used a little bit later. Hands come to prayer position. Now we'll start our sun cells. Inhale. Expand and open yourself up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and lengthen out. Exhale, you're stepping back and lowering to chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Rooting your foundation for your hands and your feet. And allowing the energy to climb up from there. Activate that Ujjayi pranayama. It will serve you well. Inhale, feet plant at the top of the mat, come halfway up. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Just gonna do 2 more of these today. Inhale, reopen. Exhale, close in. Inhale, uplift. Exhale, hover and hold. Wait for the in-breath to pick you up. And allow the out-breath to carry you back. Let your head bow between the arms. So the first question we posed this morning was, how are we currently moving through life, through these changes, through all that we've experienced? We always say life shows up in the body because the body keeps the score. So look at this as kind of being your litmus test in a way. Inhale, plant the feet at the top of the mat. Open the heart. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale to the top. Exhale, Samasthiti. 1 more A. Inhale. Exhale, fold from your hips. Inhale, lift up, look out. Exhale, step it back and build some extra strength. Inhale, open the front body. Exhale, open the back body. Create that unison with your breath. If you create that unison with your breath, you will be in the state of yoga. In that state of yoga, you're in a much more pure state, a more positive state, a more peaceful state. Inhale, let your feet come to the top of the mat. Lengthen through the vertebra. Exhale, drape down. Inhale, spring all the way up. Exhale, namaste at the heart. All right, we're just doing 3 B's today, but we're changing it up a little bit. Inhale to chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, a little pick me up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot steps through for Virabhadrasana 1. We're just doing the regular warrior 1, but I'll go ahead and tell you in the second variation of the sun sal, we'll do humble warrior 3rd. We'll add in eagle arms. Exhale, fold. Step it back. Continue. Left foot leads, warrior 1. Front knee aligned over the ankle, hips teeing off, arms framing the face, chin parallel to the ground. All right, move back to the flow. So notice how you're moving. Remember, if there's a struggle, you can take pause or come home to your breath. I am really, really wanting this ascension and awakening that all of humanity and the planet is going through to completely do away with the idea that you can only change and evolve through challenge. I've always hated that statement, even though we've experienced it firsthand. Your breath move with ease. I love Satchitananda's statement when Sandra was here the other day. Cindy remembered it as well. Satchitananda used to say, easeful, peaceful, useful. Inhale, plant the feet at the top of the mat, open the heart. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, on this one, we're going to add in humble warrior. Inhale, chair. Exhale, tip forward over straight legs. Inhale, sprout. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. You can always step through plank first. Take your time, but when you come to downward facing dog, the right foot steps through, back foot plants down. We start with warrior 1. But then we're going to add in the shoulders. So you can circle the arms behind your back. If that's too much to lace the fingers this way, you can always cross your arms. So it's a little less fierce. But when you're ready, forward fold to the inside of that front knee. Put some power into your back leg and foot. And slightly squeeze and tuck the right hip. Inhale, lift halfway up. Separate your hands. Step it to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps through. Back heel spills down. At first, lining up, warrior 1. To add in a different component, hands circle behind you. Fingers laced together. Open heart. You can choose to stay here, cross the arms the other way, or dip down. Cast your gaze back. Form that relationship with your breath. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down. Last vinyasa for this sun sal. Pausing when you're here. Noticing anything about your body as you flow through these postures. Are you staying mindful and deliberate with your execution? How are you flowing through life right now? How are you flowing through these poses right now? Inhale, step through to the top of the mat. Nice long spine. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, give a little boost up to Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, this one we're gonna add in eagle arms. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold straight over. Tip the weight to the toes. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, drop and tuck. Inhale, rise. Exhale, roll back. Always stepping through with the right foot first on these Wednesdays at least. Coming up to warrior one. All right, we're gonna add in the eagle arms. We're gonna hook the left arm under the right. And you're gonna try to mold as much of your forearms or hands together as possible. Gaze towards your arms or beyond. Inhale, release and lift. Good, exhale, take it back down. Go back into the flow. Left foot leads next, Virabhadrasana 1. And then from our warrior one, we're gonna create eagle arms. Right arm is gonna lace up underneath the left. Plant the feet. Squeeze the arms. Gaze ahead. Breathe. I am tuning myself to the will of higher power. Imagine if that is the attitude we had every time we moved or made any decisions or choices. Inhale, release and lift up. Exhale, back into the flow. Once you re-arrive to downward facing dog, enjoy this space here. Hold space for yourself. Hold space for each other. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana at the top. Exhale, full release down. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, inhale, we're stepping to the right. And the right foot's gonna continue to rotate around. The arms are gonna lengthen out, you're gonna launch out over the right leg, and you're gonna windmill down to your Trikonasana triangle pose. Stacking the shoulders, rolling open through the belly and chest. Of course, there's other expressions if you want a different one. Inhale, draw up with the left hand, rotate the right foot in, left foot all the way out. Same position, stretch over, windmill down, triangle. Hold and breathe. Use that right hand to draw up on the inhale. Exhale, relax your arms. We're gonna rotate the feet again, right foot facing the back of the mat. Left foot hops over, heel plants down, square the hips. We're moving in towards revolving triangle, so maybe lift your left arm. Perhaps lengthening, lowering over the front leg, and then reaching the right arm skyward. Micromanage your breath here. And then slowly come up. Rotate the feet. Once you get the feet and foundation into position, work up the ladder through the legs, the hips. Right arm carries up. Exhale, lean out. Determine if you need a block or the floor for that right hand. As you continue to revolve and rotate around. If it strains the neck to look up, you can leave that part out. Inhale, slowly come up. All right, we're not going to step to the front. Let's turn to face the windows again. Get a good stance between your feet so the legs are pretty wide for side angle. Your right foot will rotate, your knee will lunge. You will prop onto that thigh. The left arm's going to reach up towards the sky, and if you want to do it the regular way, you can, but I thought today, since we were working a bit on the shoulders, we could spin that top hand and maybe thread the arm behind the back. Now, if you want that full arm bind, you can take it, but I'm tired today. I'm not feeling it. But if it's in your practice and you know what to do, go for it. All right, we're going to release that left hand behind the back. We're going to turn off the back heel, land the left hand, revolve the twist, belly turning towards that inner right thigh. Right arm reaches overhead. Exhale, lower the right hand down. We're changing this up, you guys. Hop the back foot forward a little bit. And prepare for pyramid pose. Go ahead and come all the way up to stand. You're facing the back wall. You can look at Cindy if you need help. She's already in position. Your hands can go into namaste behind the back, or you can cross your arms. But regardless of which one you're doing, shoulders crank back. And when you're ready, fold over the right leg. Gaze towards the right foot if you can. Squeeze that right hip in. Listen to your personal breath. Inhale, slowly come up. All right, now relax your arms. Turn your feet back toward the windows, but our feet narrow, so we need to create that wider space again. Beautiful, left foot turns out, lunge that knee, prop to the thigh, right arm towards the sky. And again, you can be here, you can angle the arm across the ear, or if you want to bind the right arm behind you, like we did the previous side, you can. If you want to drop that left shoulder and bind both arms behind your back, go for it. That's nice, Sarah. You can follow her lead since now she's in the front if you want the full position. Good, exhale, we'll unwind that right arm. We'll come out of that twist, we're facing down. Right palm plants, and then the left arm will lift, and we'll rotate to the other side. Exhale, land your left hand. We're in a lunge, but we're gonna bring the back foot forward. Now we're facing in front again, and fold. So our balancing poses are going to be a little different today. We're going to do eagle, and then we're going to move into a modified Padangusthasana A and B. So when you're ready, come on up. Bend your knees. Right leg is going to hook over the left. Right arm is going to scoop underneath the left. Dharadasana. There's other expressions if you want it. Release the bind of the arms. Left hand to the waist. Right hand is going to bring the right knee up. Straighten the left leg. Open the hip. Bring the knee back. Listen. Good. Whew. Throws me off when I change it, but I like changing it. Bend the knees. Put the left leg over. Squeeze those inner thighs. Left arm hooks under the right. Find your focus. Affirming at the center of life's storms, I choose to remain serene. A good affirmation when you find yourself getting uptight, resistant, or impatient, or intolerant. Right, move that crossing of the arms, right hand to the waist. Build it up through the right leg. Cup a hold of your left knee. Hip turns open. Knee to center. And bring. Right, you bring it back to the floor. Hands to prayer. I know, are your feet getting crampy too? Is that definitely? I'm seeing everybody shake their feet today. Hands to prayer. Inhale, open up. Exhale, dive in. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing. All right, we're ready to come down to a seat. You can drop to your knees and swing the legs around. You can bend the knees, crisscross the ankles to sit, or you can jump all the way through with straight legs, which I haven't done in 2 years and I'm scared to do right now. Place the feet. Again, bring that back. Push down through the thighs, lift the chest. Lift the arms. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. All right, if you can, take the big toe on that right foot with your first 2 fingers. You may have to slide the foot back if you can't quite reach it. When you're ready, you're lifting your trunk and bringing the foot width. And then you're gonna roll open through that arm, kind of like turning the elbow out and up. And you're gonna pull the knee back. We're pulling the bow pose. Left arm reaches out in front. Then we're going to safely bring that foot down. Reach the arms up overhead. Turn your sternum and navel towards that left leg. So there's like a little bit of a twist, if you can see that. and then fold over. Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, you're gonna grab your strap. I'm gonna show you from this side. Sometimes we'll take the foot in half lotus. If you want that, that's fine. I was gonna instruct it from here today, just for something different. We're gonna take the strap around the foot that's closer to the pubic bone. I'm gonna turn this way so I don't confuse you. That strap will then come to your left side waist. Now what you're gonna do with your right arm is you're gonna swing that arm behind the back and twist so the right hand can catch that strap as far as you can manage. And then you're gonna turn back to face me. Then the left arm comes back up and exhale fold. Look out towards your foot if that doesn't strain your neck. And inhale, slowly come all the way up. Keep that right arm bound. Take a twist. Left hand's gonna cross over to the bent knee. And our tendency is to lift the knee up with the hand, but you actually want to use the hand to help to lower the knee. That makes sense. And then lift up your chest, continue to spin through your shoulders, through your neck. Good, exhale, unwind, remove that hand all together. All right, when you're ready, lift that right knee, straighten out through the right leg. Keep that strap close by, lift the arms overhead, exhale, Paschimottanasana. Good, from here, see if you can lace that pea springer around the left big toe. As you start to lift your trunk, you're gonna bring that left foot with. Good, then roll the elbow kind of out to the side, and you can draw the left knee kind of underneath the pit of the arm, sail the right arm over the right leg, holding the bow pose. Exhale, bring the foot to nestle inside your straight leg. Oh, we'll do Janu Shirshasana first, sorry. Arms overhead, exhale, forward fold. By the way, you can use a strap for this pose too. This is more of an Iyengar way of doing it, but you're holding the strap here. My son doesn't come often to yoga anymore, but when he does, he's always like, please don't use the strap. He cannot figure out how to use the strap. It's hilarious. And then inhale, slowly come up. All right, we're gonna bring that strap and hook it around the foot. The right hand will bring it over towards the right side waist. The left arm's gonna circle back behind your back. You're gonna catch it as close to the waist as possible, then turn back to face me, right arm on the rise, and then exhale, drop in. Inhale, keep the arm bound as you come out of that position. We'll reposition the right hand to the left knee, slightly pushing it downward. Bringing that twist all the way up through the vertebrae. Turning the head. Eyes can be open or closed. And exhale and wind out of that. Remove the hands. Send the strap away. Feet in front. Stop pulling them tired. I don't feel like doing the box now, okay? So we're gonna do a different core work. Arms lift up overhead. Exhale, belly pumps in and we round it back. The longest part is sit-ups. They're more fun than that, right? Inhale, draw up. Exhale, scoop the belly in, roll back. That's 2. We're gonna do just 5, so we have 3 more. We are going to try an arm balance today, but we're not going to do the Ujjayi or Tikasana. We're actually going to do Ashtanga. All right, inhale up. And release. Okay, so if we're going to move towards that arm balance, we're going to separate the feet. We're going to work into it slowly. I am going to turn my back to you guys. From here, we're going to take the right arm and kind of scoop it down. And the first thing we're going to do is just take a twist, lifting and elevating the left arm up and out. All right, exhale. You're bringing that left shoulder to the inside of the left knee, and then you'll sweep that right arm out of that. So this arm balance requires some core strength, some hip flexor strength, upper body strength. All right, exhale, release. All right, we're going to take a hold of that right foot and we're lifting it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to scoop down like we did earlier, except now the foot's off the floor. And we use that arm to crank the knee and the hip open. And then we set the right hand firmly on the ground. Then that calf is going to squeeze the upper arm as we place the left hand to the floor. Now, if we're trying to go towards an arm balance, we got to get all this weight up. So the way to do that, we pick up the left foot, we cross the ankles, then we have to lean forward and then stretch the legs out. Ashtanga. Okay.
Not today, but I'm still gonna
Try it. Yes. So we lift the foot, shoulder drops, push back, hand plants. I'll show you another angle. Then that leg has to squeeze. So if you have slippery clothing or lotion or you're sweaty, that can be challenging. Left hand down, shoulder distance apart. Left ankle crisscrosses. Push into the palms, lean out, and press out to the. I know it's a big one. Yes. Check out your piece. Back of the hands together. And then turn the fingertips towards your chin. So nice kind of counter move for the wrist. Give them a little break. Maybe wiggle the thumbs. By the way, you guys, I have been cutting down on sugar in my diet. I used to start my day with sugar, have it in the middle of the day, and then end my day with sugar. And so I've cut it out at the beginning, and at the end of the day, I only have a little bit in the middle. It's been one of the most difficult things I've ever done. I feel so hungry. Anyway, my point in telling you this is some women have told me now that I'm going through menopause that they've noticed sugar and caffeine can cause issues, either with sleeping or with pain in their body. I have less pain in my body now that I've been cutting out that sugar. So in case you feel pain in your wrist and thumb joints a lot, that's where I was getting my pain. It's not really there anymore, which is awesome. Okay, feet apart. We're gonna pick up the left foot. And then we're gonna scoop down. We have to round the back. And then shove that knee back and place those hands firmly to the floor. Right hand down. Crisscross the ankles. Lean forward. The buttocks should pick up with the core strength, upper body strength, and hip flexor strength. You gaze out with your eyes. Any questions? Is that angle, is there one or another angle helping you to observe better?
Yeah, I can see fine.
You can see fine.
Yeah, you look good, Robbie.
That's it. So you got up, and so all you have to do is trust yourself when you go forward. You do it in crow.
I have a hard time with crow, but
But you're doing that shifting, it's that same shift with every arm balance. I'm saying every arm balance, but I don't know if that's 100% the rule. But in my head, when I'm thinking about arm balances, most of them require a shift in order to lift. That's why that's often said shift and lift, like it does require that, finding that fulcrum of balance. But it is a lot. Shake out your wrist after that. Back of the hands together. Flip them. And then of course now it's all the fun inversions. Last week we worked on fish, right? That was our big one. And then earlier this week we were doing shoulder stand and plow. So how about headstand and Ekapasanas? If you don't like your headstands, you can do dolphin. Right? So maybe you want to build the upper body strength. Maybe the arm balance is like, I need upper body strength and I want to be inverted, not really feeling the headstand. You could put the forearms down and work into your dolphin as your inversion today. That dolphin pose is a great prerequisite for Shirshasana 1. Because we use the forearms, we measure, make sure the hands are wrapping around the elbows, fingers lace. And then you engage the upper back like you're in cat stretch. Same with the core, hollow out the belly, place the head down. Lift the knees, walk the feet towards the face. And there's different ways to come in. One leg, both legs, or curling. Do you have any questions about dolphin or headstand? Beautiful step. So Heather, draw in. I'm just noticing. Go back to dolphin. Sorry, I know you were just holding it, but you're slightly bowing your back. Do you feel that? There, you corrected it. Did you feel it before you corrected it? Okay, cool. Thank you. It's usually good to take child's pose after the inversion. So if you've been in dolphin or headstand, take child's. Let the shoulders melt down. Give yourself this moment to slow down that rush of blood flow to the head. And when you're ready, coming up, you're ready for Shavasana. However, if you want to join me in one more pose before Shavasana, this does require lotus. If you don't use lotus, you can do Sukhasana. Ankles stacked up underneath the ankles. And it would be circling the hands behind the back, doing that reverse namaste or crisscross the arms. Lifting the heart up. And then exhale, we bow forward. Don't feel like you have to go all the way down to the floor. But we hold for 5 breaths. And I want you to think about when you're folding over, honoring all the yogi and yoginis who have come before us. Patanjali and the others who wrote it down when it was at first just verbal. For the pioneers who brought it over across seas to the west. And how the Western Hemisphere has brought it back in the Eastern Hemisphere. Yoga was kind of a dying art before the West took it over. Inhale, slowly come up. A little bit more secretive too. We brought it out of the shadows. All right, relieve your feet. And if you want to do legs up the wall, maybe you're feeling tired too this week, that big full moon we had. Maybe you just prefer a simple position, being reclined with maybe a bolster under the legs. Check in to make sure you have enough padding under your head, enough support for your neck, enough warmth for your body. Today's practice in Shavasana, Shivalets, your muscles soften as usual. I want you to release the grips of being so attached to every thought that pops up in your mind. And replace that with the sounds coming from our speaker today. Let that drony type sound connect you to your heart. Let the chanting of Om fill up the crevices in your mind, especially through the third eye. This sacred sound of Om that goes back to this particular chakra. Come back to depend on your breath. There's always something that we can turn to focus upon, that can bring us and keep us in the present moment. Let's go ahead and begin to exit out of the pose that we chose. Coming up to find a formal seat. Joining your palms together to pray. May we all continue to reflect on how we're moving through these changes, how we're moving through life, and whether or not we are reconnecting to our higher self every day and finding different ways to nourish our soul. May we stay committed to this practice and to this endeavor. We give gratitude to all the yogi and yoginis before us that kept this art and science alive and well. And honor this tradition and each other. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you guys so much for joining today.